So I was perched with a camera through the roof of one of the buses, the sunroof of course, had been opened, and was able then to film I think we had a total of about 6 buses with the pensioners, and I was able then of course to photograph inside the particular bus I was in. So then we went the usual route through Beath to Largs, and then along the coast until we eventually got to Ayr and arrived at Belle Isle grounds where the hotel is, and pensioners were able to get out and stretch their legs and have quite a wee walkabout before they were all called in then to have a lunch, and then after that they were allowed out again to the grounds, and a bit of entertainment was provided by local man Mr. Ray, who was in the Caledonian Fiddler Society, and as you see him there playing away with the fiddle and everybody joining in and dancing. And we were also had one of the members of the Barrhead players dressed up as Robbie Burns, and he of course officially welcomed everyone to his own hometown of Ayr. So we really had a wonderful time out, and the pensioners all came home tired but very happy.
There have been many changes made to Barrhead since 1951, and those who lived through these times have a mixed reaction.
Barrhead has now become more or less a sort of place where people have moved in. The town has grown, the main street has been developed, but the old sort of camaraderie that used to exist seems to have gone. Perhaps someday, like the industry, it will come back.
People now have other entertainments that I think if the Barrhead Players was arriving tonight, nobody would turn out to see them at all, you know, and it's kind of saddening in a way that there are changes like this.
And all the old properties which had character were just put aside, and they started building Main Street to what they thought was a big change, was beneficial. In some ways it was beneficial, in other ways I feel a little more taste could have been put into it. Maybe architectural taste, if possible. But I would say today, coming up Main Street is quite something if you look at the lovely background of the hills.
I'm joined now by Mr. Roy Hutchison. You will remember it was Roy's father who commissioned the film. Roy, your father must have been very far-sighted when he commissioned this film. What do you think his views would be on Barrhead as it is today, as opposed to 1951?
Well, he's been dead 30 years, but he would have seen 20 years of these changes, right up until the new sports centre in the Main Street. I think that's probably the first change. But the biggest change has been the explosion of private housing. I'm glad to say that he would have approved the fact that good use was being made of the gap sites in the town centre. But the sterling work of the Barrhead Housing Association in rescuing old tenemental and shop property in the town centre is something that he would very much have approved of. These are landmarks in the town that have been preserved, and yet it was so close to being demolished as so many properties have been in the area. Well, I've certainly enjoyed having another glimpse of the original film after all these years, and I hope that the audience watching this will be equally interested in the changes that have taken place over the last 50 years.
Thank you. Now, we hope that this film has brought back many memories for the people of Barrhead, and for the newer members of the community, it perhaps shows them a bit about the history of Barrhead between 1951 and the present day.